Welcome.
Okay.
All right, good evening, people. This is another edition of Tone Deaf Radio One Shot. This is actually a special edition for us today. We are actually joined by soon to be one of probably my favorite additions to the Tone Deaf Radio staff. You guys have it known by now through the multiple shows, the multiple episodes of the Deaf Fresh Show, a couple of conversations on some of our chats, even our short-lived Twitch streaming services that I am a blurg. For you common folks out there who do not know what that is, I am a black nerd, an African-American nerd who enjoys nerdy shit, to sum it up in a nutshell. One of them being the fact that I'm a huge video game fan. As you guys know, for some odd reason, I still play Destiny 2 and I need to quit this shit. Little secret here.
Just happy we can cuss.
Every single episode that you have ever heard me do over the course of the last 2 years, I have actually been playing Destiny in the background. Also a huge comic book avid, so damn near any type of comic book that is currently going on, I can probably tell you everything and then some. And no, I am not talking about a person who only reads certain comic books because they think it may help them sound smarter when you're talking about the MCU. No, I actually read shit that nobody should be reading to begin with, and I love it. Okay? Fuck you.
That's badass.
Fuck you.
That's badass.
But no, the cool part about it is these two guys, I came across them in the most randomest way. Currently, I was part of an online group. I am not going to say the name of the group because they don't pay me, so I'm not giving them publicity.
Great.
But we were basically just talking about different pods to listen to, and one of the guys did the smartest thing I think that anybody can ever do, and he just said, "Hey, check out our pod." So I checked out these guys, and believe me, they will fit right at home here on Tone Deaf Radio. So I want to go ahead and bring these guys in, as they are both. God damn it! I don't know their government name, but I am just going to go with the Baron J67 and xTjones, both parts of the Adventures of the Black Nerds. So let's go ahead and let's give these guys a round of applause and welcome them.
Hey, how's it going? Man,
good. Thank you, sir.
That was a dope intro. I feel special.
You should feel special. You should feel special. Now,
not gonna lie, I love the Destiny 2 gigs you had in there. I love those.
Dog, you know what? I should stop playing because it sucks.
Thank you.
So bad.
Please stop,
But
or at
I
least
am
just go back to Destiny
so
1.
addicted.
Don't you do it.
I'm so addicted. It has, and you know what? It's the easiest game to play where I can do other shit and still be successful.
That is not a good thing to say.
That is a great thing to say.
I don't have to pay attention, and I can still be successful. That is why I still play it. That sums it up in a nice shot. So let's go ahead. Let you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves and tell us what made you guys do the whole podcasting thing to begin with.
Okay, well, since I talk a lot, I'm Baron J67,
and I'm xTjones. Well, we've been boys since 15 years, right?
Damn,
so 15 years we went to high school together. We played football together, and we always had these deep in thought conversations, not only about video games but about everything. And we
always said, man, I wish we would have recorded it. Oh man, if we would have recorded that. Well, 10 plus years later, we finally got the balls to actually record it, because that we were stepping in our own way, and we were just absolutely like, we don't have the equipment. I don't know if people will listen to us, and we finally got over that hump and just put the product out there and let people enjoy it if they were going to enjoy it. We did it for us.
Yeah, that's the best. That's the better way to say it. Because when we first decided to start putting it out there, it was more of, man, let's not watch anything. Let's just put it out there. And the feedback we got was, it was motivating enough to let us keep on doing it. So we just said, yo, let's continue doing it.
Yep.
That's a good thing. I know you guys, before we came on air, asked what made me start Tone Deaf Radio.
Yes.
It's literally the exact same story. Me and my guys, specifically one, that's where the deaf and the tone deaf comes from.
Okay.
We were talking wrestling, video games, music, and we were like, we have some deep shit to say when it comes to wrestling. Our local music scene here in Milwaukee is actually really good, but no one knows about it. So, like, fuck it, let's just put them on ourselves. We got together maybe about 8 different people, so about 4 women and about 3 guys, and we said, let's start this shit. We had 2 wrestling shows. We had a woman talking from a woman's point of view. We had a woman supporting local music, and then you just had the fuckery that is the Deaf Fresh show. And that was the Tone Deaf Radio. Okay? And even to this day, we may randomly just talk about wrestling, or talk about whatever video game that comes out, or just talk about random shit, period. The thing about it is what drew me to you guys is you guys had that one missing piece that I needed personally. Like, I need someone who I can go to and be like, dude, you guys check out, did you see how the fuck they brung Wolverine back? How do you feel about that? And most of my cats be like, what? What do you mean? And
see with that, with Wolverine, that's going, the far as I got was the death of Wolverine. I actually met the author at Comic-Con.
Okay. You slacking, bruh.
I'm slacking hard.
You slacking.
I've been trying to catch up with Saga. I've been trying.
The way he died was cool. I can live with that. I was cool with that. It was technically in line with the Logan movie, but how they took X-23 and built her to be the new Wolverine respectfully,
yes,
it was good. I'm telling you, read all new, all different Wolverine. I fucks with Old Man Logan. That story is great. You also need to check out the Wolverines. It's a side story that gets like Lady Deathstrike, Mystique,
yes,
Sabretooth. They all got their little storyline that ties into the aftermath of Wolverine's death. Just the whole 9 yards. All right. So since I'm nerd now, right now with you guys, comic book based only. Are you Marvel or are you DC?
Oh, God. I grew up Marvel.
We both did.
I grew up going to my uncle's house, looking in his crates. He had records and comic books. And it was always Spider-Man. Spider-Man for me
too.
You know what? But if I had to pick outright,
mine would be Marvel.
It would be Marvel.
Outright Marvel.
Yeah.
Just a huge fan of them. Grew up a huge fan of them. When you ask me my favorite superhero, most of them are coming from Marvel. Okay. They're not really coming from DC as much. And we have this argument all the time about Batman and Superman, and we have these conversations. But Marvel, if we're talking about Marvel, I mean, and they've captured our attentions in the past few years because of the movies that they're putting out. So I didn't really too much like. You know what threw it off for me too? I didn't like the switch to Ben Affleck to Batman from Christian Bale, and that kind of threw me all off.
That was all Christian though. That was Christian.
Yeah, of course, but it's
Facts.
Christian Bale, man.
100%. Now, in terms of movies, yes, I think Christian Bale was, in my opinion, he was one of the better Batmans, if not the best Batman.
I say he's the best.
Now, I'm not gonna say the best because
that's a generation thing.
Dude, yeah, I like the cheesy pow pow punch.
Yeah, of course you do.
I mean, Adam, hands down.
You'll hear a lot of that from him.
Hands down, Adam West will always be at least in the top 3.
Easily. Okay,
so
we got to take it there. So how do we all feel about Nipple Batman?
Nipple Batman. Okay.
George the Batman Clooney.
Clooney was a good Batman. His suit was trash. That is not his fault.
They gave him full nipples.
That was not his fault, though. Because think about in Saving Grace, we could have had a Nicolas Cage Superman, which would
Yeah.
have been worse.
Oh no.
Yeah, they were serious about that. They were very serious.
It was dead serious.
Nicolas Cage is overrated.
Whoa, I'm not gonna say all that, man. He
No.
did save us national treasure.
National Treasure
Always say
Treasure
stuff
is his
like
best
that.
work. It's his best work.
Hey, on some real stuff. No, let's be honest here. Face Off is one of the best movies of all
Oh,
time.
of course.
True.
That's a classic.
Okay, Con Air is still one of the top movies up there.
I'm iffy with Con Air because
Oh, y'all lost.
no. Here's
Started with Con Air and ended with
here's
Face.
the reason why I'm iffy. Here's the reason why I'm iffy. When you talk about plane-based movies, Snakes on the Plane has gone ahead and superseded Con Air.
You
Like-
motherfucking snakes.
Just saying. I'm just saying. If you're gonna have somebody sit down and watch Con Air and watch Snakes on the Plane, they will say Snakes on the Plane had their attention more.
I don't know. Dave Chappelle getting killed in the plane wheel was pretty damn funny.
I'm not saying it wasn't. But I see where you going with it, though.
It's just your mind, man.
See where you going with it. So, I know you guys said that you guys have known each other for a very long time and whatnot. Like, what made you guys like just really say, you know, this needs to be done? And why'd you choose YouTube as your avenue compared to a lot of the other podcasting software that's out there?
Well, with us, we kind of feed off of each other, and the one thing about us is when we're having a conversation, we can disagree on some stuff, and we'll continue. Hey, you're gonna listen to my point. You're gonna listen to me, and we'll talk it out. And another thing is we'll always understand where we're coming from. It's any conversation where we have, we'll always have an understanding of where we're coming from, and that's the thing, especially when we're talking. And a lot of times when you're having a conversation with people, it gets to a point of like anger, or like I don't even want to talk to you. There's never been a point in the 15 years we've known each other that we've had a conversation and was upset at each other about some conversation. So that when we understood that, and we one night in particularly comes to mind. We went to a party. Party was trash, and then we decided to go to Fresh and Easy.
Yup.
And we sat in the car for about,
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Fresh and Easy. We sat in the car about 4 hours, just laughing, just laughing about nothing, and talking about nothing too. Talking about video games. We're talking about Fallout 3.
Yep.
We're talking about a whole bunch of game stuff and just laughing. And that was the night when we was like, yo, man, we should record this stuff. So we decided to. We always said it. Granted, we both went our different directions in school, and we got back together. All these conversations always kick back up. So that was the reason why we decided to sit down and record them. Now, the reason why we chose YouTube as our like main avenue to posting our podcast too was I'm not 100% versed in YouTube, but I've been around the YouTube scene for years now. I'm talking about 2008, 2009 of just, or I guess, it's like
making
almost
video
10
game
years
content,
making video game content, watching people, learning the scene, learning like about monetizing, how monetizing work, about MCMs or MCNs, and how about, and at one point before YouTube changed their
monetization,
for smaller YouTubers, I was partnered with a network by the name of Freedom Network.
Remember, they ain't getting paid off this, bro.
Man, I ain't worried about them. I don't get paid anyway. Well, I ended up getting partnered with them, and then I was on and off doing the YouTube thing, and I just said, hey man, I really like YouTube. There was SoundCloud. We did have ideas of using SoundCloud and everything else, but YouTube could be ours until we got to a point of like, hey, people are noticing us. Let's go to different platforms out there.
And then we can download and distribute from YouTube.
Exactly.
That was another big thing. It felt more universal. As you can tell, he's more of the xTjones, or T Jones is more of the tech guy. I kind of just sit here and eat cereal But
you'll fit in perfectly here on Tone.
there.
So, I clearly have a tag team partner who will gladly sit back and take credit for everything while I do the bulk of the work.
All the editing, all the hard stuff. I like to sit here and look pretty. But no, seriously, it was just, once again, it always felt, I felt like people would enjoy hearing the crap we have to say. And shockingly enough, they do. Like, when we get viewership, it could be 5 people, and I'm shocked that those 5 people took the time to listen. I was like, you sat through the whole thing.
You know what? I'm not even mad at you. I felt like that when I first started Tone Deaf Radio. One of the biggest issues in the beginning, because we also use another software called Blog Talk Radio. People like using, my team personally like using Blog Talk Radio simply because callers can call in to a regular number and they can listen. We are technically a radio station as well too, so we do play music. We play a lot of music at times. With us transitioning to a new style, a new format, better quality, the whole 9 yards, we still use Blog Talk for day-to-day things. So like with me, how I'm just talking to you guys, or me and my partner, if it's just us and we're conversating, we might just void Blog Talk altogether and just do straight through Spreaker, which we use. We like Spreaker because if you log on to Spreaker, type in Tone Deaf Radio, you'll see how big our catalog is. We're talking maybe a good 700 episodes across the board total since we've been doing this. So we've been doing it for a while. This is not me bragging. This just shows you how much we've been dedicated to what we're doing. Like one of my shows is getting ready to hit their 100th episode in the beginning of April. As we're getting ready to
Congratulations.
Congrats, man. That's huge.
Have our 6th year. I don't know why I got this extra year somewhere. We're only 6 years in, which makes it even better for me because my plan is a 10-year plan. It means I got 4 more years, not 3.
There you go. Goal setting. Speak it.
So I'm already in a good place where I need to be at based on this. But, God damn it, am I talking too much? Made me forget what I was going to ask y'all. All right, so speaking of that, where do you guys see yourself going in the next year or 2?
Man, that's a good question. The reason why is we just had this conversation about like a week ago.
Yep.
And we didn't really, at this point, we're just trying to build up our fan bases, not only on the big scale of
Adventures of the Black
Nerds, but our personal channels, because we also stream.
Yes.
We also stream video games. We also put out content on our YouTube channels, and that the main goal is to put Adventures of the Black Nerds at like the top of the head of everything, and then we kind of spider leg out with all of our content and stuff. Right now, all we have is YouTube and Twitter.
And Twitch.
We also have Twitter, but Twitch and YouTube are our main source of like entertainment to our fans and things like that. We don't really have a.
Well, this is what happened. So individually, we created our own. We had our own goals. So recently, I made affiliate status with Twitch, under Baron J67, and I thank you. Grinded my heart out.
Yes,
what did I put, like 90 something hours into January?
You have to grind. You have to.
This stuff is crazy. But once again, like he said, the whole point is to have Adventures of the Black Nerds as that platform and just have that cyclic product or that cyclic content. So you go to Adventures of the Black Nerds. Oh my God, Baron J67, he's funny. xTjones, he's funny. Let me go. Oh, here's a link to their YouTube page. Oh man, he plays this game. I'll play that game. Let me see how he plays. So we want it to be a cycle. We want this to be our Netflix for Baron J67 and xTjones. And through that, I just know it'll boom us to this whole new level. So within 1 to 2 years, I'm hoping to hit partner with Twitch. Or for sure get 150 subscribers and get to a point where I can put in almost full-time status with Twitch. So that's something I know I want to get going personally.
Yeah, you know what? Now that you mention that, we in that same conversation we had, I talked about a 5-year plan I had, because we don't only just do, Twitch and YouTube. We have 9 to 5s outside of this, and our main goal was to get to a point where we can sustain our households and our things outside of this with our podcast, alongside with our YouTube, alongside with our Twitch. So my plan was to be able to get to I was looking at a higher number than 150. Mine was around 500 subscribers on YouTube. If I got to that, then I was good, because YouTube was like my main thing. Twitch is pretty much what Baron does. YouTube, my channel, is what I try to put out there the most. So 500 subscribers on YouTube was my goal. Twitch, within this year, 2018, I hope to get to affiliate status. I finally got my setup right and got my, got the stuff that I actually needed to continue to get me up there. But, that's our short-term goal, our short-time goal right there.
Okay. All right. Well, the good thing is we are also huge video game advocates here as well, too.
Nice.
We have no problem supporting anything you want to do in regards to Twitch service. As a matter of fact, this is perfect. I actually had a show that I once started, or a segment I should say I once started, that I kind of canceled it because Juan got lazy and he only wants to play 2K and wrestling. So he was no
Watch out.
And for me financially, because I too work a 9-to-5 job. This is not the only thing I do, which my wife keeps telling me I should eventually get to the point where this is all I need to do. And I'm getting there.
You got a winner.
I'm getting there. But I have this thing called the Gamer's Law. Okay? As I'm currently rebuilding the Tone Deaf Radio website, there's literally a tab on the website that the whole purpose is to watch people playing video games. Okay? That's the whole purpose of this thing. So getting more of my friends who use Twitch, or now with the Xbox One and the Mixer software that they have in regards to it, I want to have it that you go to this one page on the web page and you might see xTjones playing one particular game. I might be playing a different particular game. You might be playing something completely different, and the whole purpose is it's all going to be streaming right there. You can see it. So if you go on, let's say every day at about 7 to 9 o'clock your guys' time, you're playing something. Okay?
Yep.
And that's what I want it to be. Then, just a little avocado on top of that, you guys have a YouTube page where you guys are basically talking about the games you play. That would technically be embedded right there as well too. So any video games that you guys create or you cover, that's automatically in the Gamer's Law. So now it's not necessarily a one-stop shop, but you literally can see gaming going on. Because the thing I want to get one day is I want to have it that one time somebody logs onto the Gamer Law and you get 3 different guys playing the same game from 3 different perspectives.
Man.
Oh, that'd be dirty.
Dude.
Remember when we were just playing PUBG?
Yep.
Oh,
We like to take a couple days out the week. This is actually because the hardest part about this, and I know you already know, especially having over 700 backlog of just content, is creating a schedule. Because the only way this has been working for me is I treated it like a job. I did my best to clock in around this time. I'd be setting up, getting ready, getting everything hot, get my coffee, getting right, get my camera up, and I clock in till about 10:30, 11. And weekends, cranking out. I mean, this past Saturday, I think I did 7 hours, a 7-hour stream. It just, I do my best, but that whole having that around the clock, that'd be so dope.
Yeah, and oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. This is y'all.
I was getting ready to say that the reason why that sounds so great is because when we get on and play together, we sometimes I forget that I'm streaming or recording, and we'll just play. So this whole 3-person perspective, the same game, would be great for some of the titles that we play, because we're all doing different things. We all have different play styles. We all like different things inside these games. So that concept would fit well.
Man, that would have been funny with what happened this past. So the last time we ran PUBG together, I'm gonna go off tangent. So it's we're running 3-man squads.
Listen, and he on my team.
Yeah,
he's in my party. We are friends, and he's sticking up for. What would you?
No, I wasn't even gonna talk about the random. No, I wasn't sticking up. So no, I'm talking about the 3-man squad, and we got caught up in a 4-way fight in top 10.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So he's laid up against the shed. I'm behind a rock watching another guy in a Jeep, and then we got another dude on Overwatch standing over a couple of trees. And so we're just sitting there waiting for it to jump off, and I turn around and look over at xTjones, and I see 3 guys hop out of buggy. There are 3 guys in 2 buggies. So I thought they saw him and were sneaking up on him, and I go hot. So I start airing out.
Why he don't say nothing? He start shooting and calling stuff out.
So I'm shooting for the heavens. We take out a couple guys, but then a guy floated around the building, took out Travis. I reloaded, took him. Somebody came out of nowhere because, of course, all this gunfire went from dead quiet to a war zone. Man, but it was just the fact of I'm picturing that and what you're thinking of, being able to see that go down from 3 different angles, or from however many angles you got. You can even that would just God.
I still blame my cousin.
Yeah,
I still blame him.
We're gonna go ahead and go with that. We can blame him because
it definitely sounds like some of the firefights that me and my boys got stuck in on Halo and Destiny 1. So yeah,
bring back random rolls.
Halo back in the day. Ooh, man, dog, don't get me started. My shit list for Destiny 2 is so fucking long right now. Like, it is so much that we get pissed
everybody
about.
else.
Like, I'm to the point where I don't even complain anymore because it doesn't make sense.
Nope.
That's what I've been saying. I've been saying that since they dropped the new DLC. There's no point in complaining. The exact same thing that they did with the Dark Below is the same exact thing they did with Trials or Curse.
And this is why, as consumers, we should hold our dollars and let these people know we don't like that shit.
Hey. Well, there's a new game that's supposedly supposed to be coming out that was created by the original lead director from the Halo series. He branched off from Bungie. He went to go do his own thing. And my boy is crazy right now in regards to this, and all he has is screenshots. So,
are you talking about Anthem?
I think it is Anthem.
Yep.
Yeah.
We've been. Oh man,
it looked good, but I ain't buying it for right now.
I'm gonna be honest. I think the only reason I'm gonna get it is just for streaming purposes and content building. But okay, so this is from content creator to content creator. Do you ever find yourself like lost in the sauce?
Lost in the sauce.
Like just
you got to stream what people want, not what you want.
Yeah. Did you ever have to go through that? Are you currently going through that?
Okay. So do you want it from the video game perspective, or are you talking about the radio perspective?
The video game perspective.
All right. So from the video game perspective, yes. But that's what made me walk away from playing and streaming at a point in time.
Understandable.
Being the fact that me and Juan, we have a certain fan base that follows us, and we do polls in regards to what people like and what they don't like. So our huge fan base are really sports orientated. So we're talking about our Maddens, our 2Ks, our UFC people. Hell, we so global right now, we got people who want us to play FIFA. And I suck at that. But it's funny because I gotta give my people what they want. There was a point.
Just roll with Arsenal. Your life would be a lot easier.
It probably will. Being the fact that with the 2K series, which is like the biggest thing a lot of people like to get on top of, the My Player mode was one thing. One year I kind of said, you know what, I'm going to create my My Player, and it's going to be what I do on the stream every Saturday. I fucked around and got sick and tired of my character's play style, the shoddy ass backstory. If it wasn't for the fact that Spike Lee directed at least year one, I probably wouldn't even stayed involved as long as I did. But I had so many people that were dedicated. They liked watching it. They kind of fell in love with my player like I'm an actual NBA player from college, because I didn't do the extra things like buy the bonus subs or the packs to make my player better. I made my player play like a person in that position should play, and a lot of people were watching it. They really fell into it, and I hated it after a while, but I had to keep doing it. Then the Destiny series. The Destiny series happened by mistake. Like, Destiny first came out, I was geeked about it because it was my first true RPG first player shooter.
Okay.
I think it was the first player.
I was gonna say, I was like that.
It was mine too.
Yeah, I want to say, especially for console.
Yeah, so it was the first ever concept like that. And my buddy Terry and my buddy Javier. I can't remember how I came across Terry. I think maybe one day we were in the Crucible and we was fucking up shit and we stayed paired up. Like,
got it.
I'm going where he's going and you're going where I'm going, and we realized we played well together. Then one of my coworkers, the biggest asshole I know, joined us and brought his sister's boyfriend with us, and we realized us four kicks major ass. But then we realized my coworker sucks. So we gonna start playing at a different time without him and get as much done as possible. And we figured out we have the perfect trifecta. Javier loves long-range sniper rifle, well-hit hunter.
Nice.
Terry was a good, utility guy. So give him a gun, he handles business. I was the grenade grunt. I had no problem running face first into a battle just so we can see where the fuck everybody was.
Nice.
Okay? It got to the point where I coined a phrase that we eventually put on a t-shirt that was labeled, "Take this with you."
If that don't sound like a lightning grenade or a trip mine,
take that was a sticky grenade. Be in a firefight. If I knew I wasn't gonna win, boom, you had a sticky grenade on you. You thought you got away, then all of a sudden you blow up like boom. I take that with you. It got to the point that we took that concept over to the division. we are in the division in the dead zone, telling people to take that with them, and we still ain't shit when we done.
Yeah. Okay.
So we talking console games here. First of all, what consoles do you guys prefer to play on?
Well, we're torn on this part. Baron is a.
I can speak for myself.
All right, well, speak
Xbox One.
Okay.
Now, for me, Xbox One only because I found most of my regular people to game with while playing my Xbox One, because I have both consoles. I don't have any of the newer Nintendo consoles. I keep my Nintendo 64 looking at me because God bless, and God's plan. But
he don't want to ditch his friends for me on the PlayStation.
I know we tight and all, but I thought it was one for all and all for one.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, well, I play on the PlayStation 4, but I have just recently made the transition. It's a rocky transition over to PC. So I've been trying to join the PC master race, but it's a little harder than I expected. I'm getting destroyed in Fortnite. Fortnite is the game I'm playing right now to learn, but I just got destroyed by a pro Call of Duty player today, and I felt good because I got 2 hits on him, but that was it after that. So yeah, PC is where I'm at now.
Okay, well, one of these days we're gonna have to sit down, and I'm gonna have to have another interview with you guys about, especially you, T, in regards to the transition from console to PC, because a lot of people, because I'm a PS4, I have both. Okay, let me say that.
Okay.
First. I have both. It was really hard to decide what games I want to play on the PS4 and what games I want to play on the One. But recently, my family has kind of invaded the One, all because my wife found out that Fallout Shelter is only on the One. So I've just been living my life on the PS4 right now. Big reason why I'm asking that question is because if we do decide to do huge gaming parties, especially when certain games come out, I need to know who's going to be where, because it kind of sways me of where I want to buy my game at. Because I definitely want to play with you guys sometimes. I don't want this just to be a business thing. Tone Deaf Radio is a family. So if we all gaming, I want to know that, okay, I'm going to fuck with Fortnite. Let me go holler at the Black Nerds because they get shit in. And I want to run with them. So if I get my ass handed to me and they want to talk shit, I can be like, I'll just shut your show down. It don't matter. You can't talk shit.
No, don't do that.
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I do shit. That's just funny to me. But no, like, I just, you know what I'm saying, cool. I want to know what everybody plays, what consoles they fuck with. Me, I don't have the new Nintendos either. I have 2 little kids, so I don't feel like they deserve that fancy of technology. When you haven't even picked up a Nintendo controller yet, you gotta earn your way to the new stuff.
On this Game Boy SP.
Man. Alright, pull out the Game Boy Color. Go get your flashlight.
Nah. I'm still playing Pokemon on mine, you know, so they can't do that. Still got Pokemon.
Got you. Okay, can we please talk about how trash Pokemon Sun and Moon is?
Man, I gave up on Pokemon after Silver.
Thank you.
Really?
Silver? No. Yeah, it was alright. It was alright, but it ain't John Blaze like Silver and Gold.
Yeah, and
Silver and Gold
sucks.
What?
They're Silver and Gold.
So, folks, y'all just witnessed the death of Adventures of the Black Nerds.
Think about
it. It's been fun.
Think about it.
That's
about
right.
it.
We'll go ahead and restart our own show called Two Nerds. We'll start from scratch.
Pocket Monsters.
Rayquaza, out of them 2, is Rayquaza better than him?
No.
You're crazy.
He looks like that cheap snake thing you get.
He's dragon type.
He looks like that cheap snake thing you get at Chuck E. Cheese and you use your tickets.
Man, whatever. I'm not.
Alright, since we here, favorite Pokemon.
Mine's is Charizard.
Yeah,
mine's is Charizard.
So
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I like Fanfi.
The one with issues. You gonna pick the one with parent issues.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm Pokemon. You picking the one with parent
Charizard. When Charizard hit, did submit? Was it no
seismic toss?
Yeah. On Magmar, I was like, oh, that's gutter right there.
I give you that much.
Mine's Fanfi. I like the little elephant. That's my dude. Oh, I look like okay. Fanfi was dope, and Rollout was king. Remember the damage that Miltank would do with Rollout, bro?
Miltank was cheap.
Wasn't it a glitch? Wasn't it a legit glitch? I swear I read something.
Because his attack. Well, when you learn that attack power actually means something, it was a cheat. That and Kangaskhan. That's why Kangaskhan was banned in competitive play.
Yeah, you couldn't use it. You're right.
Because you couldn't use the what's the new form that they got where they go to
the Z, yeah.
Because the baby would hop out, and the baby would do a certain amount of damage after the hit. So you got hit twice. So
we take Pokemon very serious.
Yeah, I know.
People talk about competitive play. That we at a whole new level.
Hey, them dudes look like chess players. When you watch them streaming the tournaments, they keep notepads next to them, and they document moves. And they go based on what stats they took damage to.
Yeah, we just had a conversation about how Pokemon, when we didn't know the technicalities of Pokemon.
I picked mine on looks.
Exactly, me too.
That's why I talk about Rayquaza like I do, because he does look like that cheap snake.
Rayquaza was awesome.
No, he wasn't. He was alright.
I just watched a video where a guy did over 1,500 soft resets to get a shiny, and ended up knocking him out. Because he didn't have enough dust balls to catch him, and Rayquaza used all his moves and struggled to death. You know how mad I would have been?
Yeah, that's terrible.
Oh, my spirit, my heart drops to my ankles every time I hear that. Because I know I can't imagine the frustration. Actually, I can't.
But yeah, Pokemon over here is we kind of I watch competitive play when they show it, and I keep up to date with it. But Black and White, that's the new one? What's the new one?
Sun and Moon.
Sun and Moon. It just didn't look appealing.
Dude, I've never been so bored in a video game. The fact that they had markers, like, isn't this supposed to be an open world? Shouldn't I struggle?
Yeah.
Why you got a marker up? Like, go here. No, tell me and make me remember.
Yeah. Well, we definitely got to make sure one of your episodes you guys do is top favorite 20 Pokemon, and you got to break it down.
Ooh.
Just did our top 6.
But I'm
we
down.
Just did our 6, but I'm cool to do the 20.
I'm with that.
Because it's grown so big, you have to stretch it out there in regards to it, man.
Yo, I'm thinking of all the Pokemon I struggled to put into my 6. Oh, I'm solid.
It's good now. I don't even like any of the legendaries. They alright. Like
Rayquaza, I'm gonna stick in Gordon. Gordon was cool.
Oh yeah, he was a beast.
See, and you picked Ho-Ho and Louie.
Well, first off, Ho-Ho. Okay, go ahead. We really gonna fight.
All right, so let's move on to the last one because I don't want y'all killing each other in regards to things. So now that you're out here, you got your show popping. You guys are basically on a network that is going to get you not just listeners from the U.S., but we're global. Like, we just got done doing our statistic review today, and we found out that we had more people in Ireland listening to us than the U.S. this past week.
What?
Yeah, that threw me off too. We had Chile, Ireland, and England had more listeners than the U.S. this past week. I'm just chalking that up at the fact that everybody got drunk. So they were out there doing that. But to me, that just gives us a testament that we're bigger than just what the U.S. listens to. Are you guys ready for this? That's the question.
Oh, I am.
Oh, beyond ready.
Okay.
Man, this is crazy.
It's funny. When we hear.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm more excited at the fact that you guys have statistics meetings.
Yes, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah. Because that lets me know how serious you guys are about your craft.
And doing this long enough, we want success at a whole new level. So
that's what I'm talking about.
We can't get to where we want to get to if we don't know where we're coming from. That's the best way to sum it up.
That's dope, man.
This is why we do stuff. Like, and to some people, it's just more so just want to know, hey, I put a lot of work in my last episode. It was kind of personal. I just want to know how many people listen. And sometimes that's all they want to know. They don't care about the fact that, last week you may have did 500 listeners, and this week you might have only had 300. They just want to know how many people listened, how many people downloaded. Are we heavy streamed? Are we light streamed? These are the questions that my staff wants to know because we build our projects based around this. I have one show that's working on doing mixtapes. So for every artist that we play during that week, when the month is over with, we're putting out a mixtape based off of just those artists. So they get a chance to say, hey, we did a show all through the month of March. This is what we were listening to. So here's April mixtape. It gives people record. And then the thing about it is we don't need you to pay us to do it. We don't care for your money because this is us giving to you. All we want you to do is tell people where to listen to it at. When you did your
Break records, not pockets.
Show, you know what I'm saying? Oh,
yeah,
I got done doing this interview on Tone Deaf Radio. You need to send your music over there so we can, so we can get on. And that's all I ask. With you guys have that conversation that nobody else on my station can have because you guys know a perspective differently. So that's the good thing about y'all, and that's what I need you guys for. So this is not just me saying, hey, you guys got a good show. Here, you can sit there and know it's like, I need y'all. Okay.
Man.
Y'all.
Man, and we need y'all.
Yeah, we definitely need y'all.
So,
I appreciate it. I appreciate the to be able to put us in a position to hear everything that you're saying, and then we love it. It's like Hey, man, I really appreciate that.
And then an opportunity to grow and bloom into something that's got structure.
Right, and that's what I'm getting ready to say. Even though you guys right now currently doing your thing on YouTube and Twitch and whatnot, our software is still available for you guys to use as well. Because you guys have a full setup to do regular recording. The cool thing about it is our Spreaker setup or our Blog Talk setup can still work in conjoint with what you guys are doing without changing anything.
Wow.
So you guys can have live shows. Because you guys already have a set time you guys get together. Literally, all you would have to do is download the software, log into the way I have it set up for you, which I can easily show you guys anytime, especially with the Spreaker setup, because it literally works hand in hand with Skype, which is a big software you guys like using. Hell, if I'm not mistaken, there's a YouTube video out there how you guys can link your Discord to it as well, too.
Oh, he said Discord.
Right. So you guys can take it to a whole nother level that we over here are not even remotely doing. Because
nice.
we don't know how. You know? Like,
man, Discord, it's a whole nother world in itself, and we're still learning.
It is.
I mean, thank God I'm being Sherpa through it.
Yeah, I downloaded it one time, looked at getting ready to use it. My eyes hurt.
Yeah.
Looking at it. But I never use it again, and it probably would be it's probably what I'm missing, the final piece I'm missing to do.
I was actually going to recommend,
but when my mind stops blowing up and I'm not producing a show or two shows every night for a while, then I might dive in and mess around with Discord. But for now,
that's that work.
I do too much. Like, I'm dead serious, guys. Every single night there is an episode on Tone Deaf Radio. Somebody's doing a show. Okay, that's where we are. Sometimes it can be frustrating, and that's another thing I want to leave with you guys before you head out here. You guys are dreaming real big, and I like that, but don't burn yourself out doing this.
Yes.
Make sure you guys take time to not only develop what you're doing first, but to enjoy it. Okay? Because if you ever hit a wall and you get to the point where you feel like you're taking on too much at one time, or you're trying to be too dedicated to something at one time, it could affect your health. And no radio station, no video game, no streaming system is worth your health. It's funny. I'm a huge fan of Comic Historian. Like, I'm at work sometimes and I didn't get a chance to read a certain story, or I want to know the backstory to something before I dive into the new story arc going on, and I'll just go to Comic Historian. And one day I went to go log in to check out their podcast that they were doing, and he did maybe a 15-minute video talking about how Twitch almost killed him. And I was laughing. I was like, how'd you die from Twitch? He's like, I know I said Twitch almost killed me, but he broke down. He almost died from all the work he was doing. And he does the... If you've never heard of Comic Historian, and this is a plug I'll do for free, because believe me, I would not be where I am if it wasn't for him. He basically would take story arcs, trade paperbacks, or just full-blown comic stories, and he'll read them back to you dramatically. So that one terrible storyline, let's just say the Harley Quinn storyline, for an example. We know she's branched off, she done did her own thing. But you just don't want to spend your money to go buy it because you don't really know much about it. He did the job for you. He would read the whole story for you. He'll bring you up to speed. You will know exactly what happened. That way, if you're intrigued to go and finish or pick up where the storyline left off at, you're not behind. That's my little one in the background. I apologize for that.
No issue, man. You heard mine come in earlier.
Right. Yeah, but yours came in before we went on air. She's doing okay. But you know what? On Tone Deaf Radio, that's another thing you'll find out. Everybody has kids. We rarely have them interfere, but every once in a while, you might hear a kid or two. All right, so
all love, man. All love.
So don't feel like you have to alienate your family while doing shows with us. The kids are there too. We don't give a care. That's what makes us special. Basically, get back to the story point. In so many words, he said that doing the dramatic story readings, doing the podcast, doing the Twitch streaming, doing the Discord, doing all these different things, he first of all lost the fun that he was having doing stuff in the beginning. because he was so busy doing everything else. What started from him jumping up that morning, couldn't wait to record, turned into him dreading to record it, but doing it because, like you said, you have to do it because you're obligated to. So what I'm saying in so many words is, don't lose the fun. Keep pushing forward, but don't overdo it.
I'm so happy you said that, and that's actually why I asked you about the whole streaming in terms of playing games for your fans, because I went through that, not to the extreme of I felt like I was gonna die, but to the point where I was almost done. I didn't even want to play any games because in my head, if I'm playing and not recording, I'm wasting content. What if I miss an epic moment? You know, it just, so to hear that, that makes me feel so much better about working, signing on. Because I remember when we first started talking, the first thing I messaged you was, what did you expect from us? You know, I don't...
What y'all is, and don't change. See, the thing about it is here, everybody is picked because of what they bring, not what I think they can do. Okay? You have something that stood out from every other black nerd-orientated show. Okay? And that's why I said, I fucks with you guys. Because I could have easily we're all in the same group. Okay? So I could have easily went down that whole entire list of all the different podcasts that they had and was like, okay, let me listen to this one, this one, this one. Okay, this one has 600 shows already. I'm going to reach out to them. No, I don't want that. Okay? I want someone who they're still growing. They're still making their mistakes. They're still figuring out how they want their content to be. Who has no problem with trying something new? Because it was an episode.
True.
It was a couple episodes. You guys didn't have video footage at all. You guys just went with it. But then you was like, let's try this over here. Let's actually put our faces on here. Let's see if people like that. If they don't like it, we'll go back to what we're doing. The fact that you tried is good enough for me. Okay? You guys have enough episodes under your belt that you're comfortable now. So I'm not going to say, okay, we'll put you on Tone Deaf Radio. You guys do 4 episodes. I don't want to do this no more. No, you're at least 16, 17 episodes in. So you've already kind of said, you know what? I like this. I'm going to keep doing this. You know? And then you guys have your side project where if you want to do something with T, and T is like, I'm not feeling that. You still got your whole program over here to do what you want. Like, fine, I'll do it over here then. I don't need to do it with you. And vice versa, you know? I ain't got to do it with you. I can go over here and do it. I don't need you. So that's the way I look at it, and that's what I like about y'all, because listening to your episodes and looking at some of the things you guys covered, you're just as all over the place as Tone Deaf Radio is. Like, you guys had one episode where you talked about microtransaction and finances, and in the very next episode, and I don't know how you did this, but you talked about Trump and Pocahontas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened.
Oh, man. Okay, so a lot of the times, if something major happens, which something always major happens, but something as big as that, and, you know, me growing up and being a part of the Native American community, that threw me off. I work for a Native American organization as well. You know, I work for my tribe. That episode
wasn't even planned.
Yeah, we had a whole nother, that's funny you brought that up. We had a whole list of things to talk about, but then that happened, and it almost shut my job down.
Yeah.
And you know what? You that's what makes me know that you guys will fit perfectly on us, because that's basically how the Deaf Fresh show is. I can literally sit here and I can put together a whole purpose of what we're going to talk about that week. And I kid you not, Juan would get on air, say 2 things, and the whole show that went left. Here's an example. This is a recent episode too. So we've been doing what we call Podcast Appreciation Month. So lately podcasts have been coming up. And then we've noticed that a lot of the friends or people who've listened to Tone Deaf Radio over the years are the ones doing podcasts. And a lot of our friends have really good podcasts. So what we've been doing is reaching out to the local ones from here in Milwaukee and giving them a moment to shine. So last week, our buddy who moved down to Houston, he came and he joined us on the air. It's actually Juan's friend. They grew up together. Their whole friendship was born through an Xbox, which is funny. So they told their backstory, how they came about, how they did their thing, and just out the clear blue in the middle of the thing, one sat there and asked the girl on her birthday, "So do you eat ass?" Like, whoa, bro.
Hey.
It's like, wait a minute, bro. Why are we here? How did we get here? And from that moment, the whole show went a completely different direction, but it worked. Okay? And sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes it happens. We do touch upon things that's going on in the world and every day, but we don't always want to look at it from the same perspective that everybody else does, or even why. Here's an example. Was one particular episode, and you guys might actually like this, and if you do, you're allowed to use it for a future episode. We came to the conclusion that the Imperial Nation of Star Wars are not only racist, okay, but they're sexist as well. If you sit down and you look at the staff of the Death Star, or if you look at anybody at the Death Star, there's nothing but white men that work there. Now, we in the whole world, then we came to realize, have you ever noticed that anywhere humans go in the world of Star Wars, they're hated? Humans as a whole, they're hated everywhere. The whole bar scene from the older ones, we don't think that they didn't do nothing wrong. We just don't like your kind here, because the last time white men came to this location, you enslaved, you killed, you pillaged, you murdered for no reason.
Ooh, that is a good combo.
Hey, and you know what? Piggybacking on that, and this is something we always laugh at and go into, I truly feel we're the bad guys in Destiny.
That is an argument you can have.
You talking about the Guardians are the bad guys?
Yes.
That's an argument you can have.
Think about it. How many ritual circles have you broken up? They praying to their God.
Look,
they over there praying. They are you busting their guns blazing talking about, let's learn about this Christianity. Let me teach you about this earth.
It is an argument. It is an argument you can make.
I see where you're going with this. I see.
And then you're zombies. You're blood-sucking zombies. Y'all come back to life. You won't even get put down.
We are zombies. To begin with. Remember, we were dead. So.
See, the thing, and then like when you talk about Destiny like that, think of the Traveler and how we mad at the Fallen when the Traveler touched the Fallen before they touched us. And the Fallen just want answers. They're not getting it. That's why we're at war. So a lot of people don't know, and this is why I said you can make the argument to that hey,
I think we're the bad guys.
We could be the bad guys for all we know.
We go on other people's planet talking about we don't like the way you function. Sounds very
we want information.
Colonize us.
Let's go one step further. We actually pushed back the Hive to the point that they had no choice but to colonize on our moon.
Ooh.
That's true.
Ooh.
That's true. And then it's
because for all we know, because if you think about the Dreadnought, for all we know, they're just trying to find a new planet to live at because their previous planet was destroyed. But who are they really following and chasing? They're chasing the Traveler. So for all we know, the Traveler could have destroyed their planet.
Yep.
They don't mention that. That's why there was a mission on Destiny 1, and you probably remember this, where they captured a piece of the Traveler, and the Traveler was like it wasn't functioning properly. So we had to go in there to secure the shard. It was called the Shard of the Traveler. You had to, the last boss in that mission was an ogre you had to kill. So, for all we know, and they don't give us the back. This is why the story of the Traveler needs to be explained. You know, we don't know. He just this big ball in the air giving people power.
I think we're gonna have to fight him in the
taking
last
people
one.
powers away.
I think, and I know you guys are video games fans, so you know. I think the original story the one that got scrapped at the last minute,
Ooh.
probably gave us more information than what we currently have. Because we all know that the story for Destiny 1 was 100% broken.
Yep.
It was.
Facts.
It was broken. And
Remember they had storyline trailer before the game came out.
Yeah.
They have a trailer for the game that makes no sense.
Yeah.
People clawing out of a water.
Yeah.
And
it was
a bird.
Old boy crashing in the taking the wolves.
Astronauts.
Yeah. Yeah, the astronauts with the gun. Yeah.
Where the astronauts at?
Yeah.
And then here's the final trick. If we're gonna go ahead and believe that we're the bad guys, okay? We're the ones who are out here messing up stuff, then that would mean that the Woken are probably angels of this kind of situation. Because first of all, they don't want to deal with us at all.
Yeah.
I find it funny that we can be an Awoken when you're picking your character, but the storyline truly shows the Awoken don't want nothing to do with us. The Queen has powers beyond anybody else.
Yep.
And even then, when we go to where the Awoken are, they just throw us on an outpost. We don't even get the chance to go into their actual home world.
Yeah,
dude, that's facts, because you don't even get to see. There's the only Awoken that come on the in the tower are Dead Orbit.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's no other Awoken working with the Guardians.
But why are they called Dead?
And Zavala. Oh.
Well, the story of Dead Orbit is pretty cool. Like they pretty much live in space, and like they because obviously I'm pretty sure
they're basically excommunicated.
No, not really, because they're a part of the battle of the I forget the name of it, but they had all three factions were in this battle, and the what was the dude's name? He ended up being Dredgen Yor. He became Dredgen Yor. He was a Titan. He was a Titan that kind of ended they called his group the Risen. They stopped the battle, and basically everybody came together, but it was still like
xTjones is very knowledgeable of Destiny.
Yeah, I am. I destroyed the game.
I'm here with him. I just didn't feel like really reading the Grimoire cards, which apparently all the history is.
Yeah, it's real interesting when you sit down and either read them or when you watch people do the lore behind them, because you get insight on stuff that would have made
the game way better.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name right now, but there's a guy on YouTube who made a 6-hour long Destiny lore video, and it starts off like an actual movie. You'll get true backstories, you'll know everything about it, but it's just like he'll stop periodically and give you more detail above and beyond what's really there. I just don't have 6 hours to watch all of it, but there is a lot in there that makes it. The Destiny game this is the way you fix the Destiny issue, okay? Very simple. Don't have to do too much. Just put out a 2-hour animated movie.
Ooh,
I said that.
Yeah, a movie.
I said that. Put out a movie
or a Netflix series
or something.
You don't even have to give me a series. You can do it in 2 different ways. Okay, you can do a regular 2-hour prequel movie where we get the war and everything up to the whole 9 yards. Why the Traveler is even in the picture. Why the Awoken don't want to mess with us. Okay, or even why we got beef with the Fallen. We can leave the Taken, and we can leave the Cabal out of it. We don't need to know them yet. Okay.
The Cabal. Hey, sorry to cut you off, but the Cabal makes no sense to me. We went to Mars for no reason.
Because we're colonizers.
That's basically what it is. We're colonizers, but you have to look at it from the perspective of the Cabal. In so many words, it's Germany. That's all it is.
Yeah, even in their uniforms and the way they talk. Yeah. So you're 100% right.
If you think about World War II and how Hitler and the Nazis and everything that they did, that's the Cabal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's how they are. So they would have popped up eventually. It just so happens they seen that we were already at war with the Fallen, and they took advantage of that. Now, they probably would have never thought about us had we not went to Mars in Destiny 1 to go find some old architects from when we colonized Mars at one point in time, too.
Yeah,
we probably went there. We probably disturbed some stuff they thought was sacred. The gate. That's why we went to Mars, because the gate was there. The Black Forest. Okay? If we didn't have to go there, they probably would have never thought about us, and they probably would have sat in the back and waited until the war was over, and then picked our bones. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But Gaul, who, once again, a child of prophecy, was told that you should have this power. He came in after the war, when we kind of at peace and we're in the rebuilding stage, and was like, give me what belongs to me. So we were going, if you didn't introduce none of them at all in Destiny 1, they would have been the new enemy in Destiny 2 at least.
See, I expected the Cabal to do some type of invasion. Now, the story of
they were too organized.
I didn't know. The reason why is, remember when we went to fight Oryx, there was, when we got onto the Dreadnought, remember they talked about how the Cabal crashed their ship on there and used it as a beachhead to try to secure the Dreadnought, but they couldn't get to Oryx because they didn't know how to get into the Ascendant realm or whatever. Well, it was a mission called I forget the name, I forget the exact name of the mission, but the mission was you had to stop the Cabal from sending the signal out of the galaxy, sending it to their commanders. You had to stop them before it got out there, and it gets out there.
Is that when you were going to place your nodes when you were taking the beachfront?
No, this was an actual. This is after that.
Yeah.
So what happens is you get into a mission where you basically go, you try to stop it, but they catch it, and then what happens is they send the signal out, and Zavala says we may have to give this to the Dead Orbit guy to see if he knows anything about it. And he was like, we'll report back when we have something else to report.
It just don't promise me a space opera that's going to be bigger than Mass Effect, and then it's not there.
Yeah,
but it was there. It just was in Grimoire.
It was broken. I don't know what happened in the original draft of Destiny 1, but I'm to the point where I feel like you have dropped the ball so much over the course of the last 3 years that you guys need to, for free, release that story.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
For free.
Even if they did something basic like how Overwatch does their introduction to their characters.
Yeah.
Right.
See, they've introduced so many, and this is why I agree with them putting out some type of a series, not really a movie or something like that, is because there's so many characters I have questions about. I got questions about all of the raids, all the characters they talk about, all of them. I got questions about Tolan. They really haven't dove into Tolan like they should have. I got questions about Praedyth. All we know is Praedyth turned his energy into a shield. I want to know the backstory on him. How did this fire team come together and decide to raid? That's all of the questions I have.
This is where I feel that other games like Injustice and Tomb Raider, and there's a lot of other games, did something that benefited them in the long run. This is when Destiny has the opportunity to pair with an independent comic book company and release all this information in comic book form. You will save 3 industries at one time if you do this.
Yes, you will.
You'll help an independent company come up. Okay. You can do it in manga form, or you can do it in American comic book form. I don't care. Either one would work. Okay.
Right. Facts.
And you can build these backstories slowly, and you still keep it epic. Because you have the Raid series, you have the backstory of Praedyth, you have the backstory of Osiris. You can create all these backstories that when games like Destiny 2 or DLCs drop and they seem incomplete, they seem like they come out of nowhere, it doesn't matter because there's a corresponding comic book series that came out, or a trade paperback. You can do it all in one big whop. I don't care.
Exactly.
It does the storytelling for us. And you got our money even more. Okay? Or even better,
you make your shareholders happy.
Right. Even more, you have your comic book fans who wouldn't think about playing the game because they had bad reviews, now want to play the game because they have more knowledge about a character and what's going on before. So now when you get guns like Kratos' timepiece, it means a little bit more to you because you know the story of Kratos.
Yep.
You know,
Man, that the story of the guns. Do they even do that in Destiny 2? Or was that Destiny 1
certain
only?
guns.
Because I feel like there was a story for almost every gun in Destiny 1.
There was a story. There's a story for all the exotics.
Yeah.
And then there's stories in the exotics now, but no one cares.
Yeah.
These exotics, in Destiny 2, that like the one story I love the most is the super good advice, and it's a gun that was created by a guardian because he was lonely. He lost his ghost. He was lonely, and he didn't have no one to talk to. So he created this machine gun that basically the exotic perk on it is when you shoot it, it automatically, some of the bullets that you miss go back into the magazine. The guardian was lonely and didn't have his ghost, so he created this gun that basically talked to him, that basically gave him advice. That was his guardian, his ghost in a sense.
Yeah.
So you don't get stories. You're not gonna get no stories like that in Destiny.
See, that would be why does that sound like an epic sad episode?
You do, but they're hidden. Cause I got an exotic sparrow. I can't remember which one it was, and it actually had a backstory to it because this particular sparrow, the guardian who had it was a member of the original council, and they got on him because he put a dragon on his sparrow. The leaders of the new monarchy did not approve the dragon because the dragon he used was a representation of a different guardian who was very roguish. And
that's probably Dredging Yor.
Yeah, and they had to, and was it Zavala? Zavala, a younger Zavala, went to war for this guy putting this dragon on his guardian.
See?
But this is why I feel like, now you know what, now I have to go back to it. Yes, they should make it an animated series. It can be on Netflix about Destiny. And little things like this can pop up in episodes. Because the new monarchy is literally the governing body of all of Earth.
Facts.
Okay? Whereas,
humanist.
Yes. Whereas in the future war cult, which is in its name, it's a cult.
Yeah. Hey,
that's why they got all the best guns.
Hey, no, have you heard the NPCs creeping around like, oh, be quiet, future war cult might hear you.
Yeah.
Like they are terrified.
They'll I don't know if you found the missing supplies. They'll say, hey, these are the missing supplies from Dead Order. When you scan it, maybe somebody should tell such and such about this. If you find, it's another set that basically says New Monarchy took them.
Wow.
It's crazy, man.
Like, even if you walk around the new tower here in Destiny, there's a lot of different areas that I give Destiny credit. They do small little things that foretell what the next installment, or they future-proof themselves in so many words. But I guess because the story is so broken, it's a lot of stuff we don't care about. Like, if you walk around the new tower, there's a room that the speaker is supposed to be the speaker's new office. And they're talking about, like, well, maybe when we get a new speaker, we can finally go inside.
I still think I know who the next speaker is going to be. If I had to make a guess, it'll be Osiris.
See, and I would think that, but Osiris doesn't want to leave the Infinite Forest.
The only reason why I say that is I don't know if you listened to all that audio that got leaked by Destiny. There's a specific part in there that Lord Saladin says, I heard Osiris is back in the tower. I don't care what he says. I don't trust him. So when he says that, I'm like, so he has to make an appearance back at the tower at some point. Now, whether they scratch it, change it up, or whatever, I think he would make the bet. I think he would bring another aspect to the story, because now we're in a place that's in rebuilding. But now you're rebuilding with a head guy that nobody or a lot of people don't really like, which is Osiris.
Well, it's not that they didn't like him. He got obsessed with the Vex and the possibility of them trying to infect the world. But you bring up a good point. That is done now. Like, he stopped them. So
Yeah.
him coming back would actually make sense. Plus, when Ikora was talking to his ghost, she did say that she's a different person now. She has a different way she looks at life, and she's actually scared of death now.
Yeah.
So
I remember that part. She does say that.
She's actually scared of death now. So that could definitely play a good dynamic. But unfortunately, what we've learned from Bungie is they don't listen to us anyway.
They got too big, man. It's
They used to be for the people.
No, they're not.
I think, you know what? I think they still are for the people. I think Activision has just restricted them from their freedom.
That makes sense.
Because they can't do what they want. Because if you think about it, this is at least 90% the same group from Halo.
Yeah.
Okay. And the Halos, we know 1-3 was a fantastic, completed story. Like, it's so good. Like, you can watch gameplay from Halo 1-3 and be intrigued all the way through.
Facts.
You may even forget it's a game at first. Okay. But then, of course, when we got the 4, 5, and 6, you could clearly tell somebody else was in charge. Because 4 didn't make no sense at all. Like, it did. You introduced the Forerunners, which was cool, but the story itself didn't make no sense. Then 5 was, Master Chief has gone rogue. We have to go get him back. What?
With this crew, he's gone dark.
He's gone. So y'all just gonna do the old theory of you live long enough to be the hero, you become the villain, you die the hero, or you become the villain? Is that what we're doing now? Can we not use that right away? Can we say that?
Even games are becoming predictable nowadays.
Yeah.
But we have come to the end of tonight's episode, people. You know you will hear more from these guys. This is not the last. This is definitely the first. How can people get a hold of you and follow all the different avenues you guys have right now, so we can go ahead and get the follower counts up to the 1,000? We don't do 500, we do thousands here.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. So our podcast is The Adventures of the Black Nerds. You'll see our pixelated 8-bit pictures. Shout out to Pro for making that for us. Then you can follow me individually on Baron J67 on YouTube and Twitch. Baron J67 and Twitter. Baron J67. BARONJ number 67. No spaces.
Yeah, and same thing for me. YouTube is xTjones. Twitter, Twitch, the exact same thing. And if you have a problem with finding them inside of the Adventures of the Black Nerds website, all of our links are posted there as well.
Our Patreon page, just all of that. And then also, I'm a Discord staff member with Streamers Hideout. Shout out to our family over in the UK. They really helped us out.
No doubt. All right, so what I'm going to do for you listeners is to go ahead and make your life easier. For every single episode of the Adventures of the Black Nerds that is uploaded onto Spreaker, I will always make sure that all their information is automatically logged on there. So all you have to do is click the link and you'll take it right to them, guys. These guys are already 15 episodes in. So what I'm probably going to do, because you gotta hear this great content, period, especially episode 9. What I'm going to do is every week I am going to load 2 episodes of The Adventures of Black Nerds on Spreaker to help get you guys caught up. And then every Monday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time, whatever episode they just did will be loaded on there. So that gives you guys time to promote as well as being able to check it out. So
nice.
Once again, glad you guys are joining the family. You guys got to get on Facebook so you can at least join our chats that we have, so you can be a part of the rest of the family. I'm talking to you two.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm down. Yeah,
I know you are. I don't know about xTjones.
I'm looking for you right now.
The same. So we can go ahead and add you to the Tone Deaf Radio family. We got tons of shows. You guys are more than welcome to join us on any episodes that we have going on. Hell, we might even reach out to y'all on some of the episodes because the topics we cover, you guys would definitely join in. Every Sunday, we do our Man Cave show. So you guys already got passes into the Man Cave.
Yeah.
You don't even have to knock on the door. You guys can just come in and grab a beer or a Mountain Dew, whichever your preference is.
Thank you, sir.
You'll be cool with us. So let's go ahead. Let's wrap up tonight's episode. I will definitely do editing tomorrow, and I will let you two know so you can hear the episode with the editing and just go ham. That you guys are actually on radio now.
This is great, dude. I'm trying to sound like civil, and I'm trying to sound contained. This shit is epic, man.
See, you're more than welcome to spaz the fuck out. Crazy, go wild. Because
you see, I know you can. I got my drum up there. Somebody from the res made me I'm ready.
Okay.
Almost.
Oh, also, this is one last thing I gotta do. This is how you know I listen to you guys as well too. So, heard you guys talking about your little pops that you picked up, and you were proud of yourself for not getting any. But one, I'm geeked about the little game boxes you guys are opening up. I might have to jump on that with y'all. But I have 2 pops myself. Okay. I told my wife I was not going to get into that phase because I know me. I will be dropping $30 every week if I dove into it. But I have 2. I have 2 pops. I have a Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Woo!
To remind me that this podcast started because of wrestling. And I have a Targaryen from Game of Thrones.
Oh, you do?
I had Targaryen.
I'm a little jealous, dog.
With the chalice. He has the chalice.
Oh.
And he has a scar on his face. And the reason why I specifically got that one is because he's the smallest person in there. He's the underdog. He's the last person you think about, and he's the first person you expect to die, but he's running shit.
Yup.
And that's how I look at this. Like, I'm the last person you expect to do radio, but I'm still doing it. So those are my 2 reminders. Now I might have to go get me a Black Panther, but I'm not going to get a regular Black Panther. No. I'm not getting a regular Black Panther. I'm getting a Pink Panther in a Black Panther costume.
Ooh, that sounds killer!
Okay. I don't do regular. I like to get epic. I almost bought all the Ravens from Teen Titan Go because they had all of them in different colors.
The sad one, all her emotions.
Oh, that's
yep, they did. They had all her emotions. They had it at.
I had it laid out. I never went back to Walmart to get it because I had $60 left in my pocket, and my wife told me to wait until my payday.
Got you.
Went back to get it, so I have to get that. I got to get all the Power Rangers because I had all of them at one time too.
Ooh!
I only got the Black Ranger.
Bro, get my back.
The Black Ranger is first. It's always first.
Oh yeah, he was the first one I bought.
Oh yeah, hear it.
You gonna freak out when you see this,
bruh. I walked into GameStop.
Dog bought the actual Black Rangers. See, little fact for those who are listening that you didn't know: the Black Ranger is actually missing a finger.
Ooh.
No.
Ooh.
The actual actor who played the Black Ranger in the original TV series is missing a finger. Go back and watch old footage. They tried their best to hide it, but periodically you will see that he is missing a finger.
Damn.
I'm going back. I
have to watch it.
I got research to do tonight.
The Black Ranger, as soon as I seen it, I explained to my wife. I was like, the black man was the first Black Ranger.
And he has to be. But it's also racist at the same time.
Oh, very much so.
Because the first Yellow Ranger was Asian.
Was an Asian woman. Rest in peace.
Okay? And then the Pink Ranger had to be a happy white woman.
Yes.
Yep.
Susie Q. With her fine self. Hey, man.
Let's not forget the Savior White Ranger.
Ooh, and then he became the Super Green Ranger.
Yeah.
Then Tommy.
Okay. And all the Power Rangers. No, let's break it down. Favorite moment. When all the Power Rangers came, or when we had the All Red Ranger Squad? Which one?
All Red Ranger.
All Red Ranger, because first off, you had the Black Ranger from Turbo. No, he wasn't from Turbo. He wore a cowboy hat. What was his name? Damn it! But okay, the Black Ranger, he was there. And then, of course, when old boy hopped off the bike, the first Red Ranger, Jason, when he hopped off the bike when they were looking for him, they needed him. He popped up.
I have to go with when all the Rangers came. It was just something about just the whole level of nostalgia of seeing every single show America stole from Japan.
Yes, Saban stole. Oh man, Saban, my bad. Do you know how he pitched that that show for like what was it, 6 years?
Mm-hmm.
It was a crazy number. Nobody believed him, and then it was within 6 months it became the top show in America.
Right. He took it from somebody,
and he took it from Japan because it was grown men. Yeah. It was like they were grown. It's still a show. I think the show's still running in Japan.
I think they're on their 27th season, but
yeah,
like they break each season up as a different show.
Nope, they don't make reference to it at all.
Nope. Ready Player One?
Oh, Ready Player One, yes, they do.
Don't they get
in the
like
book?
The Zord?
In the book,
okay,
yeah.
All right, yeah. So now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
because they do. I remember they talked about the two samurai guys.
Please go read Ready Player One, everybody listening.
That is a great book.
Ain't that about to be a movie?
Yes, but go read the book so you can be kind of frustrated with the movie, but just read the book. It's beautiful.
Okay. That would be my research for this week. You guys got Black Ranger research. I got
yes.
Ready Player One research.
Oh, real quick. Where do you get your comics? Do you go through Comixology? Do you go pick up paperbacks? How you do it?
Okay. I don't want to give my place because first of all, I don't even have to buy my comics. Okay. I can download mine.
Say no more.
Say no more. We got you.
But what I can do for you too, okay? This is Tone Deaf Radio's gift. I will give you my link.
Ooh.
When I tell you, whatever you want is there.
My heart.
And I'm talking like if it put like this. They even give you the Marvel week and the DC week. So like whatever specifically drops that week, it's there. Download in CBR format. Okay?
I'm trying to see Batman's wedding.
I don't know if I want to see that. Like I'm waiting for the.
I'm thinking she's gonna die.
I'm waiting for the whole Dark Knight Metal to finish.
Ooh, Crow.
Into it.
Crow.
I know what's happening. But I'm not gonna read it.
Ooh.
I want it all. Okay.
Ooh.
Because I just got done catching up on my Mighty Thor. Okay. That's hands down. That's my shit right now. And I just got done checking out these new Ultimates that just dropped. So, but when I tell you, whatever you want, it's here, bruh. It's live.
I can't wait.
Okay. Now, do you have an Android or do you have an Apple device?
Android.
Perfect.
Thank you. Thank God.
Oh, man.
No, bump that. I know we supposed to be getting off, but this is to them co-workers. Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all be sitting there treating me like a secondhand citizen because I got an Android. Bump y'all. I hope y'all get another virus, and y'all every time y'all type the letter A, it turns to an exclamation point.
Hey.
I hope that come back. It's shame on y'all for shaming people. Android costs just as much as Apple. Bump y'all.
Hey, when you said that, I'm not gonna lie. I felt the sigh of relief when you said perfect.
Oh, my heart dropped.
No, the reason why I said perfect is because if you download any CBR reader, and Android lets you side load. Some of them still got the memory card. You can save it to your Google Drive, whatever. This website that I just put in your inbox on Facebook, okay? By clicking on this, when I tell you what you want is there. I don't care how to the left it is. Bro, we have Archie comic books in this thing.
Yes.
We can go back to like Atlas. We can go to 2000 Boom Studio, Image, Marvel, DC.
Calvin and Hobbes.
You can download it. You can own it. Okay? So if you guys want to start talking more about comic books,
Yes.
characters, I just gave you your almanac.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Tone Deaf Radio.
Now,
Thank you.
Now, that means I own you for a year.
I work for food.
I could check it.
Because the amount of money you probably just saved on comic books alone
Bro.
is worth it.
Bro. Oh my
And I
God.
just bought 2 comic books today.
And I buy graphic novels. Like, I'm looking at my Outcast, East and West, Rick and Morty saga,
Oh,
Steven
that's
Universe.
That's all there. That's all there.
Oh.
That's all there. Click the search bar, type in what you want. What you said you just bought Rick and Morty today?
Man. I ordered it. Oh my God. I got 1 and 2.
So was the one with the Vindicators? Or did you go back to the beginning?
Let me see. I'm looking at it right now. Let me see. No, that's the second one. So I got volume 2 and volume 1.
Okay. So you said you got the graphic novels though, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's why I'm so good. I got them all right here too. They got them individual. They got them in volumes. They got them in trade paperback form.
Wow.
So it's what you want, bro. It's got you.
Life
just
is
been
good.
handed-
Life is
just
good
been
at
handed
Tone
the
Deaf
whole
Radio.
script. I suggest
Life is
you
good
go-
at Tone Deaf Radio.
I suggest you go buy an external hard drive because
Oh,
I'm about to go buy one right after this.
I'm about to order mine from Amazon.
this can fill up real quick.
I can
Bro.
only imagine.
Oh my
I'm
God. I'm
currently
thinking of
right now.
content.
I'm currently right now sitting on maybe close to 300 gigabytes of nothing but comic books.
Jesus.
Oh man, yeah, I need 2 hard drives.
I need to say
No, it's not that they big. They small files. I just have that many.
that much. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
That's
Yeah.
what,
Yeah. Because I'm
freaking
trying to
out
go
over
through
here.
everything.
Oh, no,
I need
you don't
the
hurt
knowledge.
your head.
Bro,
Don't hurt your
can you think about all the fun content, all the reading parties? Yeah, we really
All the
are
stuff I
nerds.
missed. I need to double back on
Everybody
some
read,
stuff.
man. Reading is good for you.
Reading is fundamental. All right, we want to definitely go ahead and thank you guys for giving us a great 2-hour show that probably should have been 2 hours.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you, Tone Deaf Radio.
Tone Deaf Radio, man. Much love. Look forward to working and giving you guys good stuff.
That's all I want from you guys. Just give me good content. We'll do the rest. Okay? That's all I'm saying. And if you guys can have topics like this, then you would definitely fit in here good. And I expect nothing from greatness from you guys because I just gave you my freaking almanac.
Yes.
I don't give anybody my almanac. My buddy who put me on the comic books don't even have my almanac.
Woo.
I
Okay?
thank you. I really do thank you.
Don't abuse this power.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Great power comes great responsibilities.
Oh, rest in peace, Uncle Ben.
I heard an old white man say that. Okay.
That don't make rice.
My Uncle Ben is on a box of rice. I don't know who Uncle Ben that is. Okay. That's not my Uncle Ben.
not my Uncle Ben.
No, sir.
Not my Uncle Ben. My Uncle
That sounds-
Ben is in the purple lands of Wakanda. So,
Yet, Wakanda forever.
whatever. All right, we out, people.
Thank you.
Peace.
Peace.
To the end of the road. To the end. Till I can't let go. No, no, no.